Peoples, what is going on? I am Finesse, and as you can see, we are here in the garage, but we are not going to be doing things in the garage. We're just going to be doing things just outside. So I got the bikes here set up. I got the tripod back there, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys some background or some behind the scenes of what I'm going to be doing. We got some new clothing from Indian Motorcycle. So I'm going to be doing a post on Instagram and Facebook. So whenever I come to something like that where I got to take a photo or do a scene, I don't really have anything planned. Like I said, the scene is not going to be manicured totally. I mean, the bikes aren't clean. You know, they just been kind of wiped down. And I got them just sitting here outside of the garage, just in the driveway. Nothing fancy. But it's all about the framing, right? It's all about the framing. I got Miss Finesse back there. She's in her motto mantra. She's she's out there getting in the mindset, all right, of what she's gonna do. But really and truly, I'm just gonna put her in a few poses, take a few pictures, and then we'll take it from there and we'll go inside and we'll get the real work, where the real work happens. All right, so we got our shots in. I'm now putting the bikes back in the garage, and then we're going to go inside to the computer. We're going to download the images, and then I'll go over my process of not only selecting the photos, but then doing a couple of light edits to make it look good for for the Instagram or for the post or whatever. All right, everybody. So we are now inside at the computer, and I'm going to pull up the photos that I took. Here on the screen. Actually, I have them in Lightroom. I already opened them up. I got the clothing promo file right there. And then at the bottom here, you see all of the photos that we took. Now, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be going for 4 of the clothing shots. They're just going to be static shots. And then we're going to have 4 shots, 2 of myself, 2 of Mrs. Finesse, with us wearing the apparel. Okay. So right now you can already see me here sitting on the bike, and we're just going to go through these and see if there's any of them that I do like. These are okay. We'll just go through them real quick, and then I'll find some. Oh. That's not a bad one. You got some depth there. And Mrs. Finesse is taking these photos, so she's doing a good job of taking these photos. Not that I had any doubts that she wouldn't, but you know, it's just different when you're the person always taking the photos. This here is not bad, but I want more of the shirt in here because that I'm wearing the shirt and Mrs. Finesse is wearing the hat. All right, we just got some random. All right, so this shot here, I like this. I like, you know, you can see part of my face. You can see my whole face. And we can just zoom in a bit. As far as the difference between these two, I don't know if I like the one with the arm up or the arm down. But we're going to earmark that. We're going to flag that one as a pick. What else? This one, I mean, this one's okay too. So we'll flag that one as well. And this here, I actually like this photo. The only problem with that is the logo is not in focus, and it's, you know, it's focusing on my face. So if the logo was in focus with this shot, I would take this shot here. All right. And then we got some walking shots, so you can see the back of the shirt. We'll just back it up and then. So I like this. You can see the whole back of the shirt. And down here it says since 1901. I like that too. But of course we're gonna have to zoom in on that. I don't know if I like this leg position though. Actually, I think this shot right here is probably the best shot. So we're going to flag this one too. This here is not bad. If I had more of the shot to the right of me, or the right of the subject, because, you know, I'm looking that way, I would probably use that one. But since I'm not looking that way, of course, you know, you could get into Photoshop and edit that and flip it around, but then you got to change the lighting and blah, blah, blah. So it's just a lot of work. So we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it rolling. Now this, as you can see in these photos, I'm just standing there and giving like some different positions as if I'm taking a step. But, you know, obviously I'm not. But you don't get to see this 1901 down here very clearly, so I don't know if I like any of these. I don't think I'm going to use any of those. Oh, this is it. This right here. Oh, I already know. This one is going to be. That's a shot right there. We're going to use that. Look at that bike. That's a pre-shot. All right, now we got Mrs. Finesse. She's here doing some poses for me. So we'll see what she has. This shot, one, she has her eyes closed, so we can't use that already. But now she's got her eye open. But the way she's sitting with her clothes are kind of like, you know, pushed out because it's relaxed. So I don't know if I can use any of these. But here, you know, you get more of a closer look at it. It's good, but she's wearing the hat that we got, and you can't really see the hat at this angle, so I don't think I can use that. This is not bad. This is okay. But now we're getting into the good stuff. I think this is that's just a great shot right there. You get the hat in there, and for this, I know, like last time I was saying that because she's looking to my right, or looking to the right side of the frame, that you're not seeing a lot of it. But with this is okay because you still have some context, you still have some storytelling. You know, she's on the bike, she's looking to the side, so you know, it is what it is. But I just like the fact that you can see the hat. We're in the sunlight, and that's good. This here is good too because you get a direct. But her face is kind of blocked by the windshield, so I don't like that either. This is a much better shot. I got a little bit closer, a little bit further down. We are going to flag that one for sure. And then now you're getting a little bit more of the stuff on the right side. However, you know, since it's in front of the house, you got this reflection that's off the wall there, onto the wall and all this stuff, so I kind of like that less. But as we can crop that in, it's going to be Instagram and Facebook, so we're going to be cropping these in, and I can zoom that in so we can get onto the hat. But I like this one too. But is that one? That one's kind of like the other one. Yeah, it's just at a different angle. So we'll make a decision on how we're going to do it. These here are good too. More of the same. Just she's a little bit, her head's tipped down a little bit more than the other ones. But I like that, so we'll mark that too. So I do need another one. I think I'll take one of these where she's standing up. I like this one better because you can see the hat more. And then, like I said, we'll crop that in, get some of the garage door out of there. So let's see. This one here, she's much more in focus here. So we'll use this, yes, and then we'll keep going. Now, the static shots, these are the static shots that I took. And the thing here is that we're going to be cropping for sure to make sure that it has a different character to it. And this is the front of the shirt, the back of the shirt. We got the hat, and then we've got both of them together. With my pursuit in the background, or the garage in the background, and you know, you get more of a close-up look at this hat, all right, as opposed to it being here. You can see everything that's on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust these photos. You'll see a quick little rundown of what I'm doing, and then after that we'll take them into Photoshop. So now that I have these photos selected, we're just going to take them and we are going to export them. And then we'll go new file. Since this is going to be an Instagram, I'm still going to keep the 38, 40, 21, 60. I believe Instagram is going to downgrade it or scale it to whatever they use anyway, them and Facebook. But we're going to change our orientation to the portrait style instead of landscape. This is a digital shot. It's not going to be print, so we're going to use RGB. Go here to create, and we have it here. So once we go back over to our files to select our images, you can see here there's the files, but they have this -2 on them because I didn't change the names. So all of those -2s are the files that we are going to be moving over. All right. So just to keep everything flowing, we are going to add each of these photos into one area. So now we have all of our photos selected. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can just count them over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we have 10 photos. We're gonna have to whittle those down. So we're gonna go new. Same thing again, just create another work area. And just from the looks of it, the colors are looking good, except for this one. For whatever reason, the blue just did not pop on this panel here, so we're gonna have to get in there and mess around with that for a little bit. But for the rest of these, the blues came out very nicely. And now that I have what I want, we're gonna have to kind of create a story, if you will. So like I said, I didn't want to do too many shots for this, but I think we're gonna start off with this because this is what the story about. All right, the story is about the hat and the shirt. Okay, so we're going to take that, we're going to put that on its own panel, toss this in the middle, and then we're going to blow this up here to fit in. All right, now as far as the framing goes on this, it's going to be really simple. I'm just going to move this over, but I don't want any of the text from the hat missing, just because the hat itself is the most prominent piece. Also, the shirt is I mean, you're gonna see more of the shirt as well, but you know, if to forget the whole shirt in there, it's gonna, you know, you'd have to back it up and all this other stuff. So I think this is the smartest way to go about it. So we're just gonna leave this here. We'll get the how we're gonna do it here in a minute. Create another one. All right. So I think since we started with this one, we're going to end with this one. I think that's what's going to happen. No, we're not. I'm going to start with this one, and then we'll go to Mrs. Finesse, and she has the hat. All right. Did I not get one of her standing? I thought I got one of her standing. Yep, I didn't pull it over. Okay. So I got that one. We're going to use that one for this one. Off. There's that freaking checkbox again. I got to tell you, that's partly annoying that does that. All right. So we're going to back up the screen a bit, or my workspace rather. Then we're gonna blow this up. Then we're gonna move her over. All right. So again, I want my focus to be on the hat, all right? And also with this, it's kind of like the rule of thirds, okay? Because you've got the top section here where the hat, it's going to be kind of at the bottom of the hat. You got the middle section here, and then you have your bottom section. And you know, I could put it center. It's almost there, but I don't like all this stuff in the back here. So we're just going to move this over, keep her here, and then we'll do some more with it on this side over here. But we'll go to new, create another one, come over here. So I've got those two done, so I'll just stack those up. And then we'll get one of her on this bike. I don't know which one I like better. I think it might be this one. So we'll take this one. And as you can see, this was shot landscape and not portrait, so the cropping is going to be a little bit different. You're going to get more of a zoom in effect on this one, and we're going to put her, let me back up a little bit. I'm going to put her in the middle there. We'll try and use her in the middle, give her some head space there. And since the windshield is in it, we'll almost center it. See how that looks. And then we'll come back over to this one. We'll grab this one and we'll just lay this on top. Let's lock this bottom one so we don't do anything to it. Now this one, less hat is in the windshield, so I might just use this one instead. All right, we'll put her up there, nice and bold. Now we'll come back here. Let's lock that so we don't get any of that. So we can use this or this. I think this framing is much better. She's more upright. She's filling out more of the screen, but let's see if we fill out the screen on this one, see how that looks. Okay, so zoom back in. So you got this one or this one. This one. You can see all of the text there. I mean, this is kind of washed out by the sun. I mean, it's the same thing here. The sun was pretty bright. But I actually think I like this one more, even though you can't see the words. It's just because she's sitting more upright, and with the way the frame is, where she's going up and down, you know, because it's a portrait style instead of a landscape. I think that actually fits better. So we're gonna go with that one. And we'll just delete the other beneath it. Boom. Good to go. So we've got one. We've got this one. Let me lock this one too. Let's start. And we got her this way. We got her on this side. All right. And then when we come back here, what we're going to do is we are going to take sporting a hat. All right, boom. So the shirt is next. So we'll go file, cancel that. Don't want to open that. File, new, create. Come back here. We're going to grab the shirt. So I want to get rid of this top area here. I don't like that. This bottom area. And then we'll work this in. I kind of like that right there. Gives you the logo. It's the motor oil. I want to say that's the name of the shirt too. It's, or the way it's described. It's described as the Motor Oils pocket shirt, I think, something like that, pocket tee. So we'll have this nice and prominent. I mean, it's the, as far as the hierarchy goes for the topography. You know, this is the largest, so we'll highlight that as well. You got your high grade, your established 1901. All right, so that's why we're going to use that way. And then we're going to come to my two shots. I think we're going to do the front of the shirt first. Man, what's throwing me off is this area right here. I don't particularly like that, but I kind of like this position because you're centering the logo. I mean, I can make it bigger, I suppose. All right, you're going to center the logo so you get a good shot of that. What's that look like this? Yeah. But then we got this string here. So let's see if we can't do something about that. Nice. There's another one here. All right. Do I like that? I don't know. I don't know if I do. Yeah, we'll keep it. Let me see, do I have another? I do have this one though. Yeah, let's look at this one. Let's see how that looks on there. This here might be okay as well. I think it's going to kind of be dealer's choice on this one. Yeah, I mean, they're really similar. My arm is closer on this one versus this one. So at least you kind of get a view. I think I'll keep this. I think I'll keep the top one, the new one, and we'll get rid of the old one. For that reason, just because the arm is down, you can see some of it. You can see me up here. So, you know, it's going to be kind of leading you through the shot. You get to see a little bit of everything. But I got to fix this. I got to fix that string. Back up here. Grab this. Yes. All right. So we got the strings off. Shirt's looking good. Shot's looking good. All right. Now we can move on to the next one, which is going to be me walking away. And just the mere fact that the background for this, right, with the Scout, it has that blue in it. I thought this was just the perfect chance to get the Scout in there on this shot. All right. And you got the back of the shirt nice and bold. You can see the entire graphic on it. again, so I'm not the focus here. The shirt is the focus. So that's what you want to concentrate on when it comes to this. And I think that's going to be just that's a great shot. I like this. I like this very much. All right. So, just doing a recap, right? We're going to start here. We're going to go here with this hat. What I'll probably do here is get some information on the hat, right? And then we'll switch to this just as a compliment, a compliment to that. Or if you have a shot without anything that you can see it. And then we'll come here. And I'll have some information probably here somewhere on the shirt. And then you get another shot of the shirt with nothing on it, just kind of giving you like a beauty shot, just something to look at. All right. So I think that'll work out well. Now, I also want to add one more shot, and that's going to be a shot that has that's going to have more images. All right. So we haven't used this image down here. So we are going to take this one, put it in. And then we haven't used this one. So we'll pop this in there too. All right. So you get the hat, you get both the front and the back of the shirt. So we're going to make these bigger. And this one I will probably put at the bottom. This one I can put at the top. So like I said, this for whatever reason, this shirt, the blue on this shirt just came out so much darker and less vibrant than what you find on this other shirt, or the other shots. So we're gonna see if we can't maybe get some saturation in here. Yeah, bring out that blue just a bit. I mean, like I said, it's a different angle. I think we're gonna mess with the contrast. Yeah, so it's getting brighter, but that's too much. I don't like that. Huh. Maybe what I'll do instead is, because I mean I don't need all this other part of the shirt. So what I'm going to do first, let's lock this one, work on this one. We are going to take the part that I want, which is this, and we're going to select the inverse of that. We're going to put a mask on it. Nope. Inverse and then mask. There you go. I tell you what, man, it's something else. All right, so now that we've got that, then now we just got to kind of figure out where this stuff is going to go. Oh yeah, I locked it. Hold on. Put this down here. All right. Let's see what else we got. I'm really not in love with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that. The color is off on this shot, and instead of doing a whole bunch of stuff to try and get it to fit, and then the color is just going to be all crazy, we'll just leave it like that. We're going to go back to here. I'm going to select all of this because this is what I want. I'm going to mask that. Right. and it's going to give me some space down here just to put some text in it. You know, maybe we'll do that route. See how that looks. All right. So this is the spring summer collection, I believe. Let's go to clothing. All right. Well, first off, we'll come here. Do this. So on here, I'm going to put some text. We'll just do this so that I can see what I'm doing for now. And then we'll change it here in a minute. Checkbox. Black, okay. This is the IMC Circle Icon Cap. All right, toss that here. And then we'll put the item number down there as well. Nah, actually no. I'll have that in the description. All right, so icon circle cap. We'll do collegiate heavy. Yeah, we'll do one of those. Then we'll get a little box here. Alright, we'll fill that in black. And we'll do one of these. That's lame. We'll do one of these. And then from the Indian Motorcycle website, we're going to put a text box here. All right. Do that. And we'll take the description from this hat and put it in here. Alright. Then we're going to change this to a smaller font. I mean, the intent is not to have you to read this. It's just going to give you it's going to help fill out this the rest of what's going on in the photo with the whole description and thing. So we need to change the font size to something a bit smaller. Yep. Do that. Then we'll center it all. And then we got a little bit too much space in there behind the between. So we're gonna remove some of that. That looks good. And then we can also increase the font size. Alright, I think that thin is a little too thin. We'll go regular. Yeah. And we'll stack these two. also, no, I don't like that. Here we will bring these in. And I think that is going to get it. So after that, we'll have this other one, right? That'll just give you a nice shot of it. Then we'll come here to the shirt. We'll come here and I'll give you some information on this shirt. But we are going to copy this so we have at least the format down, right? Okay. All right. Now we are going to go to all right, and then since this is on this blue background, to make it stand out just like the logo, we're going to put it in white. We're going to do the same thing with this text, put it in white, and then we are going to take this description from the site over here, and then we're going to move this out a bit so it lines up properly. All right, and then we are going to take both of these. We're just going to move it down here. We'll give it some space because Instagram likes to, they sometimes cut off some of these tops and bottoms and when they're doing the cropping for, you know, for Instagram and Facebook and thing. So this should still be in the frame. Matter of fact, I want to see how it looks in the middle. That might be fine too. Yeah, I like that better. Don't know why, but I do. All right, and then obviously you get the back of the shirt, and then here we'll have this. So here I will take this, Control C, boom. Here, Control V. We're gonna make that black. Okay. Make that black. Okay. All right, leave that down here. Then this is going to be the spring summer collection. That's what this is. That's what these two items are part of. So spring / summer collection. All right, and then we're gonna boop, put that there. Check that. Put it back in the middle. And matter of fact, you know what? No. What we're going to do is we're going to take this blue, maybe a little darker. We'll throw that in there. And then we'll come back here. We're going to grab this, Control C, Control V. Then I'm going to put a now. I mean, it doesn't need a text box, which Dharma Gothic E. So what we'll do is we'll just delete that and put some more text. available now. And we'll close this down a little bit. Actually, let's zoom in here. No. Check box. All right, then we're gonna go, we'll go bold italic. And then we're gonna center that up. Move this up a bit, give it some more room, a little more. And then, because I want this, because it's kind of like coming down, but I want to go ahead and spread this out a little bit, so hopefully we can spread it out without it being too crazy. Actually, I'll take this and use this. Let's darken it up a bit more. Okay. So just to add a little pop of color, even though you have this area right here with that color, but you know, it'll just break it up a little bit. And then on this main page, we are going to take this, Control C, come here, Control V, then we're going to bring this up. And we are going to have to change that color. It's not bad. I'm going to shrink it a bit just because of the door right there is kind of blending in with it. We don't want to go too far, too high. All right, so spring, summer collection. Then something that I did on an assignment that I had back when I was in college. There's this box. I don't know where this came from, what I saw it on, or you know how it came to be. But when I did it, like I just really liked the way that it looked. So typically I'll try to squeeze this box in here whenever I can. I mean, obviously it's got to make sense. But since this is like the opening of the slides that we're going to be doing, or the what do you call it, the I can't remember what it's called. It's whatever the carousel, that's what it's called. So once I get it in the carousel, this is kind of like the opening of the carousel. So you know, we'll have that, and then it'll come in here to the shirt, and then you'll get the description of the shirt and being worn, and then it'll pop into this. So that's pretty much it. That's how I come up with you know, creating a carousel or any of the promotions that I do. If it's something where it's just still photos, I'll go through this process. Sometimes I'll add video as well. But in a nutshell, this is really all I do to create these. And of course, I'm going to go and select some music, put it all together in a nice slideshow, maybe add a few effects. Typically, you don't want to add too many effects or too much editing to the photos. I try to keep them kind of clean. That way, if Indian Motorcycle wants to take a look at them and use them for something, you know, they don't have to go through a whole bunch of filters and all that stuff. So whenever I upload these photos, it's going to be just like this, straight out there to the platform, so that you guys can see it. So whenever you see this video, whenever you see this video, head over to my Instagram account, leave a like. I'll probably also do some posts here on YouTube and as well as Facebook. Definitely leave a like. Let me know what you guys think about this whole process and how would you have done it different, all right? But anyways, just like that, ride every day. And most importantly, make sure you're enjoying it. Peace.